Okay, hello guys. Good evening. This is Wednesday, our March week 2. Okay, hi Chuanxing, hello, good evening. And hello the rest of you. Hi Sintong, hi Chini, and hi Nicholas. Chini, have I seen you before? Were you here last week? Anyway, where were we, huh? I think we were here cooking Japanese curry. Okay, so what's up? Is there a story there? Is there a story there? No story me. Okay, guys, last week, we finished our all these not very important stuff. Okay, your laminar flow cabinet, your fume chamber, your safety shower, things like that. And then we did talk about our rubbish. Okay, the types of rubbish here. So nothing really much lah. So guys, let's finish this chapter by today because today we are talking about. Oh yeah, by the way, mercury. Remember, you have to sprinkle sulfur powder on it. Very very important. Okay, and today let's talk about fire extinguisher. All right, so today we will be talking about chapter 1, fire extinguisher. Okay, guys, I know you learned this in Form 1 already. Okay, where's the two of them? Okay, so fire extinguisher is what you have learned in Form 1. I know this is something that you have already learned, but still you have to you still have to learn this. Okay, so guys, I'll finish this very quickly. So fire extinguisher is something that can extinguish fire, particularly small or medium fire. Okay, small or medium fire. Big fire, no. You cannot control big fire. You have to, call the bomba. This is good enough for, something not too heavy. Something like that. So that's your 1.3. Fire extinguisher. Yes, Jenny, hello. How are you? Hey, Jenny, I sent you the video already, huh? Please check your Google Classroom. I think I sent it there already. Okay, so 1.3, we have 4 types of fire extinguisher, by the way. Okay, we have 4 types. We have the water extinguisher, we have foam extinguisher, we have carbon dioxide extinguisher, and we have dry powder. Okay. Dry powder extinguisher. So, guys, I'm sure you have seen these two before. Maybe not this, but at least you have seen this before. This is everywhere. Your school, you will have this thing. You go shopping center, the big ones. Okay, usually you see them look like this. ABC powder. I'm sure you've seen this, right? You see ABC powder, that's the blue one. That's the dry powder. So this is the thing, lor. Okay, this is the dry powder, lor. This is everywhere. Carbon dioxide, you only see in specific places, maybe in kitchen. If you have been to a restaurant before, TDC branches, we also have this, but they are mostly in restaurants or the TNB substation. You know what is the TNB substation? You learned this last year, the TNB small house near your house. So that one lah. Usually you will not see water and foam one. Okay, not especially water because this is pretty useless. Okay, anyway, let's talk about fire first. Okay, you might say, sir, why got 4 types of fire extinguisher one? Because every extinguisher it's for different types of fire. You might say, sir, fire also got types one. Yes, we do. Fire, there are 6 types of fire. The more you know. Why need 6 types of fire? Okay, so you see, we have fire A, B, C, D, E, F, 6 types of fire. Okay, very simple. Very simple. Let's talk about ABC first. Let's talk about ABC first. Okay, you see, A, B, C, solid, liquid, gas. Okay, again, A, B, C, solid, liquid, gas. So A is solid, B is liquid, C is gas. So A, B, C, solid, liquid, gas. You see, very easy, right? Because you learn solid, liquid, gas in Form 1. So A, B, C, solid, liquid, gas. So that's the sequence. Okay, and then D is matter. D is matter. This is a bit special. You might say, sir, metal will catch fire one, man. Yeah, you see sodium and potassium, remember? Remember? You learned them in Form 3. You know the mineral chapter, you know sodium and potassium, when they touch water, they will explode. They will have fire. That is D. Very seldom we will have this because very seldom we will touch sodium and potassium unless you're in a lab. Okay, so D is metal. Okay, next E. This one very simple. E, E is electric. So E stands for electric. E stands for electric. So E fire is electric fire. And then F fire is your fats fire. F stands for fats. E is electric, F is fats. Okay, you might say fats. What is that? Fats and oil. You know, in kitchen. This is in kitchen. In kitchen. Let's say you are frying stuff. Let's say you are frying chicken. The oil catches on fire. That is the oil fire. Okay, that is your fats and oil fire. Guys, pay attention. Pay attention. Do not. Okay, this is for your general knowledge. Next time when your kitchen is on fire, next time when your stove is on fire, and there's fats and oil there, please, 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 for the love of God, do not put water. Do not, I repeat, do not put water there. You know why? Because when you have oil fire and you put water there, you are going to create this dangerous, huge fire. You see? Are you going to watch this video? You will know. Do not throw water on oil fire. You will get a sudden surge of fire. The small fire will get even bigger. Okay, please do not do that. Please do not do that. You need a fire extinguisher. If not, you will need sand, right? You will need sand, or just take a piece of. Wait, I don't think I can use cloth, right? You'll make the fire even bigger. So no water, guys. No water. Do not put water on oil fire. You are going to burn your house even faster. Okay, so 6 types of fire. Okay, so what is solid fire? Let me explain quickly. Solid fire is anything that is solid, like when your curtain is on fire. When we are talking about fuel here, when your curtain is on fire, when your furniture is on fire, when your clothes are on fire, cloth are on fire, these are solid fire. Okay, except metal, because metal is D. And then B is liquid fire. This is in your petrol station. Your petrol, your kerosene, diesel, paint, your nail polish remover, your thinner, your hand sanitizer. That is your type B. And then C is gas. This is your LPG. LPG is your cooking gas. Okay, LPG is your cooking gas. So 6 types of fire here. Okay, so A, B, C, solid liquid gas. D, metal. E, electric. F, fats. So 6 types of fire here. Okay, so these 6 types of fire, guys, these 6 types of fire, we have different fire extinguisher for them. Okay, we have different fire extinguisher for them. Okay, let's look at the first one, water. Right, like I said, guys, this is the most useless fire extinguisher because they are pretty damn useless. You know why? You know why? Because this fire, this fire extinguisher, it's only good for solid. It's only good for type A. You see, useless one. Might as well I go toilet and get water. That's all lah. Why would I need a water fire extinguisher? Okay, you get what I'm trying to say here. So there's no use for this thing. Yes, hello Chini, how are you? Are you okay? Did you disconnect? So okay, she's gone again. My goodness. The rest of you, can you guys hear me? Can you hear me clearly? Can you hear me clearly? Okay, cool, cool, cool. Okay, cool. There, Sintong, can you hear me? You can hear me? Because I don't know why okay, okay, good. Some students their internet and my internet, I think is they cannot make friends on. Always disconnect on. Yes, hello Karen. How are you? This is our March week 2, Have I seen you before? Are you a new student? Okay. Hi Karen, how are you? Is that how I say your name? Karen. Okay, anyway, so class A, this is a very useless fire extinguisher. It's not good for anything. Oh, first time here. Okay, okay. What branch are you from, by the way? Do you have the notes? Do you have the notes? Because when you register, they should give you the notes ready. Should lah. I don't know whether you have it. Should darling. Okay, okay, sure, sure. If they give it to you, then good. Okay. Anyway, let's look at foam. Okay, this is also pretty useless fire extinguisher. I don't think any of you have seen this before, right? Okay, what is a foam, by the way? You know, shampoo foam. So when you spray out, it's like white color foam. This thing is also pretty useless one. Okay, this is good for class A, B. Please tell me another C here, because solid is A, liquid is B, gas is C, ma. So A, B, C, solid, liquid, gas. So this is good for A, B, C. Pretty useless. Okay, pretty useless. You don't see this anywhere. No, not really. All right, so let's look at the useful one. Right. Why do you see dry powder everywhere? Like I said, ABC powder is all you see. In your school, you have like this thing everywhere. TDC, we have this. You go shopping center, every few meters you will have one. So that's the dry powder. Dry powder, why is it so useful? Because it's good for all fire, right? It's good for A, B, C, D, E, F. Okay, A, B, C, D, E, F. Like Karen, you just join us. So we have six types of fire here. Okay, A, B, C, solid, liquid, gas. Okay, let me repeat again. So fire A, B, C, solid, liquid, gas. D is metal. E stands for electric. F stands for fats. So dry powder is good for everything. Whatever that's on fire, you can spray dry powder on it. It will put out the fire. Okay. Guys, have you had any fire drills in your school? Have you had any fire drills in your school? Last year maybe. God, so the Abang Bomba, he will bring this thing and let you all try, I think. If you volunteer yourself to go and try lah. Okay, so if you don't want to try this, if you have no chance to try this, you can actually go to your school and yeah, it was smelly. Yes, exactly. Right? How do I know this? Because my friend played with this before. Okay, he got a the school called his parents because merosakkan harta benda sekolah. So what he did it's super smelly. Okay, so my friend did was okay. Guys, by the way, before you use a fire extinguisher, there's a pin you need to pull. Okay, this is like a grenade. Okay, I've not used a grenade before, but I've played plenty of games. I know you have to pull the pin before you throw. Okay, so same thing. So this thing has a pin here, so you have to throw. So you have to pull it. So my friend was being really naughty lah. Okay, he was like, what happens if I pull this thing? So he pulled this thing and then he pressed on it. Take note, guys, this thing is under very high pressure. This thing is pressurized. Okay, just like your any spray bottle lah, any your mosquito spray, the thing is pressurized inside. So same thing here. This thing has pressurized air inside. So when you press, this thing will spray very quickly and you will feel a recoil. You know what's a recoil? Any of you play shooting games? So there's a recoil you can feel one. Okay, so what my friend did was this thing was hanging on the wall. So he pressed on this thing, and this thing was like flying everywhere. Okay, and the whole corridor smelled like shit, right? And smelling like shit is one thing. To clean up this powder is a whole new thing. Guys, this powder is so fine, so small, it gets every freaking where. Because that's the point of the dry powder. Because okay, let's see. Okay, let's say this is a fuel. Let's say my phone is on fire. Okay, touch wood. If I spray dry powder on it, the powder will cover the fuel to get rid of the oxygen. Right? It's so small because it covers every inch of the fuel, so no oxygen can get to it. Fire will be put out. So that's the concept behind the dry powder. All right, okay. I mean, Jenny, you know what is it, lah? It's really smelly. So, but thanks to him, I know. Does it stain? No, it doesn't stain, but it's a lot like glitter powder. Guys, glitter powder, it gets everywhere. If you want to prank someone, have you guys watched the YouTube video? This guy, he was trying to catch those parcel thief. He put a spinner in those parcel. Okay, he made a fake parcel and he put a spinner inside and then he put glitter powder. Oh my god, I tell you guys, if you want to prank someone without harm, Okay, I mean pranking is about not harming someone. But put glitter inside. All right. When glitter, okay, put a mini explosive, something that wouldn't hurt. Okay, and put glitter inside. Right, guys, glitter, it gets every freaking where. If there's a glitter explosion near you, it gets every freaking where. Even after 2 years, you will still see glitter somewhere. That's the annoying part. So this is the dry powder, right? And yes, how to get rid of fully, exactly. So same thing goes with this dry powder. But hey, thanks to my friend, I finally know what's inside because it's been killing me. How does it look like inside, huh? Okay, so wow, the more you know. Okay, so it's this thing, right? So that's a dry powder. Okay, so this is good for everything. This is good for everything. But under certain situation, we cannot use dry powder. Okay, what do I mean? Let's say you run a restaurant. Okay, let's say you have a restaurant. You have a okay. Let's say you are running Hai Di Lao. You know Hai Di Lao, any hot pot restaurant lah. Okay, so hot pot restaurant. There's a very big risk of fire because there's heat everywhere. You wouldn't want to put this in your shop, right? Because when there's fire, when you spray, everything will be ruined. All your food, everything will be ruined. This is where this comes in. This is why there is carbon dioxide. You might say, sir, dry powder is good enough, right? Why do we still need another? Because this thing has no residue. Guys, CO2, as you know, is air. It's a type of gas. So there's no stain there. Guys, fun fact, if you spray this thing onto a container or Tupperware, if you spray it for like 10 or 20 seconds, you will start to see there's a liquid that will be formed here, and this thing is your dry ice. Wow, the more you know, right? So because frozen CO2 is dry ice, what? It's dry ice. So I think I saw this before. I don't know whether you have seen this before. CO2 extinguisher. They actually use this to make ice cream. Okay, I saw this on a cooking show actually. They use this to make ice cream. Are they cool, huh? Right, because this cools down immediately, right? So you can use this to create ice cream. Okay, because ice cream is about freezing the cream, right? So you can use this to quickly freeze the thing. So that's your carbon dioxide law. Okay, and it has no residue. So this is very suitable for restaurants or very suitable for your, what is your TNB substation? I think you learned this last year, TNB substation. There, you have this nearby your house, right? And inside, right? Inside, uh, I mean, yeah. So the more you know, okay. So anyway, inside here, you know what is inside? Inside your TNB substation, there is actually this thing called. Remember this transformer? Not the stupid show, not that not the stupid movie. Okay, this thing is a transformer, guys. This is freaking expensive. You cannot spray dry powder on it because you ruin everything. So this is why inside a substation you will usually see a carbon dioxide fire extinguisher. So it's for this thing lah. Okay, so this do you remember what is the function of the transformer again? You learned this last year though, provided if you were paying attention last year lah. Okay, Chen do you remember? You were in my class. You hate that chapter. I know. All girls hate that chapter one. All girls freaking hate that chapter with a burning passion. I know, right? When it comes to electricity, no girls are interested. Oh, Karen, you remember? Yes, to decrease the output, that's what we call a step down transformer. And then there's the step up transformer. Okay, your charger has a transformer, but your charger is a very small one lah. And then this one, the substation one, is a pretty goddamn big transformer. Okay, Jenny, were you here last year? Were you here last year? I couldn't. Not really. Okay, what do you mean? Oh, no. Okay, no wonder, no wonder. Because uh, I know many girls hate this chapter, but last year, right, the girls in my class, they were okay with this chapter. Okay, so I don't know. I have a way to make this thing interested, less boring. Okay, to put it simply. But anyway, it's water under the bridge. Already, it's already over. Okay, anyway, so this is your carbon dioxide, and this thing is usually smaller. This thing is usually smaller because it's more mobile for you to bring, bring somewhere. So what is this good for? This is good for BC. This is good for liquid and gas, because ABC, solid, liquid, gas. So this is good for liquid and gas. But we don't usually use for this. We use it for this too. Electric and fats. You see, electric is for your TNB substation. Fats is for your kitchen, right? Because we don't want any residue. We don't want to dirty our substation or kitchen. That's why we use this. Okay, so you usually see these two lah. You will never see these two. Like I said, they are pretty useless. Why would you even waste material and make this thing? Might as well you just get it from your toilet. Okay, so you see, dry powder is good for everything. Good for everything. Dry powder is freaking good. Right. Anyway, so this is your fire extinguisher, of course. And have you seen this thing, guys? It's called a fire blanket. Some shops they have this, right? Basically, it's a piece of cloth, right, that covers a fire. All right. So it's made from glass fiber, by the way. What is glass fiber? Glass fiber is a type of fabric. We use this to make clothes for firemen. That's your glass fiber. Very suddenly you see this thing. This is only for small fire. Or if your friend is on fire, right? As in he's literally on fire, not like he's on fire. No. As in he's literally on fire. So you use this thing to cover him, right? Guys, I know it goes without saying lah, but okay, one day if you catch on fire, you catch on fire, if one day you catch on fire, what do you need to do? You need to drop on the floor and you need to roll. You know this, right? Please, for God's sake, do not run, right? For God's sake, do not run. What happens if you run? When you start running, you're going to give more air and oxygen to the fire. Well, my friend, the fire is going to burn even bigger, right? You will turn from a medium rare to a medium well done. Y'all eat steak. Y'all eat steak. Medium rare is like sanfen, okay? 30% cooked. Medium well done is like 70%, right? So you actually burn worse. So please don't run, right? Please drop on the floor and you roll. Or you can drop on the floor and you ask your friends to step on you. That works, right? But you will suffer you will suffer damage too. Right? So you can do this to your friend if he's on fire. I wouldn't call him a friend lah. If maybe there's a pent up anger inside you, you want to step on him for very long already. Now the son of a bitch is on fire, so you step on him. Anyway, or you can get a fire blanket. Okay, I'm just saying. Right? Guys, do not use this and spray on someone. Please, you know this thing is so fine. It'll get into the lungs. The fella might choke. The fella might suffocate. So please don't, right? And if you use this thing, he might get ice burn instead. So instead of getting burned by fire, he's burned by dry ice. So you should ask him to roll on the floor, right? But most of the time we don't remember one, okay? Because when you're on fire, you're panicking. When you panic, you just don't have any logic anymore. So you just started rolling, you just started running like a headless chicken. So yeah, don't do that. Right? Anyway, so let's go to our how to use a fire extinguisher. So guys, if you don't know how to use a fire extinguisher, I'm afraid you I'm sorry to use the word, but you are stupid, right? This is self-explanatory. They even put it on the fire extinguisher. Okay, anyway, so you use the step PASS, pass. So you pull the pin, all right? To prevent any delinquents or any naughty fella to pull this thing for no reason, there is actually a yellow color string that ties around here to prevent you from sabotaging the fire extinguisher. So you have to cut the thing first. Okay, whatever. So you have to pull the pin. Aim first, only you squeeze. Because if you don't aim first, you straight away squeeze, the thing will be flying everywhere. Be careful of the recoil. This thing is very strong because it's pressurized. Okay, aim and then squeeze, and then you sweep to make sure all the fire is put out. So PSS. Okay, pretty simple. Next, carrying out or an audit on a fire extinguisher at school. You know what is audit? Audit is checking. Audit is checking. Do you know who is an auditor? I'm sure most of you guys taking arts, right? Maybe you are doing accounts next time, or not next time, sorry, this year, right? So if you're doing accounts, if you're doing accounts, most of you girls, okay, I think most of you girls will take accounts one for some reason, right? So when you take ACCA, you guys know what is ACCA, right? If you are a chartered accountant, so if you go for ACCA, next time you will be an auditor. Okay, you can be an auditor. So what is an auditor? So if let's say I run a business, I need to pay taxes, right? I need to pay taxes, right? So I will need to ask an auditor to check my book, right? The accounting book, to make sure that my business is legitimate, right? My income is legitimate. I am not having any hanky-panky stuff on my business, right? It's not like suddenly I earn 2 million ringgit. I'm only paying taxes for like 500 bucks. Then the government is losing a lot of money. So you need auditor to check whether your account is healthy. All right. So that's the job of an auditor. Guys, tax evasion is a very serious offense. Right? I'm sorry to say this. You kill someone in Malaysia, the government couldn't give two shits. But if you evade taxes, they are gonna come for you, right? Because it's money, right? Because it's money. So don't evade tax. So that's your auditor, right? So when we are auditing fire extinguisher here, doesn't mean we are checking the accounts. It's just that we are checking the fire extinguisher, see if they are in good order, right? So guys, if you have seen a fire extinguisher before, I mean, I was just showing this to my physical class student that day, okay? Because TDC we have a fire extinguisher, and yes, I carry this thing to the class and show them. You will see a sticker here, right? You will see a sticker here. You must have this sticker because it means that it is certified by Jabatan Bomba to be safe, right? Not some shady brand, unknown brand fire extinguisher which might not work, right? So you have a sticker here, and usually this is what does your mom look at when she buys something in the supermarket? Expiry date, right? That's what our moms do. So you look at the expiry date first. Okay, so there are a few things you should look at. Number one is the expiry date, the type, okay, see whether you use the right type, the number, is it enough, and the location, are they put at somewhere accessible? Yeah, it expires. And funny story, every year when I teach this, right? Every year when I teach this, when I take the TDC fire extinguisher and show, it usually expired. Okay, this is usually the trend, and I believe if you go around your school and you check the sticker, it's usually expired. All right, but guys, if it expired for 1 or 2 months, it's still okay because you still have pressure inside. But if this thing is expired for 1 or 2 years, when you press, nothing will come out because the air inside is like leaked out already, like low fong already, like your snack. So something like that. So that's why you need to check the expiry date. But here's the thing, lah, guys. Here's the thing, lah. Most shops or most shopping centers, when their fire extinguisher expired, most of them they couldn't be bothered to change. You know why? Because our authorities, they are not very, yeah, like a balloon, exactly. Our authorities, they are not very, let's just say they are not the most hardworking, right? It's just like, okay, you know this happens in Malaysia. You have a law for something, but whether someone follows it is another question, right? Like, we all know that smoking in a restaurant is wrong, right? I think 5 years ago, they passed this law in the parliament saying that you should not smoke at any restaurant because it's against the law. But if you go around Mama, nobody gives a shit, right? Even you see police themselves, they smoke there. So the law is there for what? Decoration. So this thing also like that one. I mean, yeah. So typical for Malaysia lah. I mean, this won't happen in Singapore because Singapore the law is the law. But Malaysia we're like, chill lah, 2 months only expire a bit only won't die. So you go see any fire not? You go see any fire not? No fire, right? They don't need to change lah. This is everyone's mentality, right? But when shit hits the fan, guys, when shit hits the fan, people will start tai chiing this thing away. You know what is tai chi? You know what is tai chi? Next time when you go out and work, right? When you go out and work, when shit hits the fan, when no one wants to bear responsibility, they will push the responsibility to somewhere else. Right? If they are saying, hey, why is this thing happening? Blah, 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 and then you're like, oh, I don't know, it's not my responsibility. I think you should go ask the guy. So you push. You tai chi lo. You tai chi lo. Okay, case in point, guys. Case in point, this is a very, very fucked up story. Okay, you know what's a toughest, guys? Do you know what is a toughest? Any of you heard of a toughest? You know what's a toughest? Toughest is a religious school. Religious school. If you're a Muslim, then you might go to a toughest, right? That means some kids, right? They don't go primary school or kindergarten. They will go to toughest instead, right? And usually this toughest, they will open in the middle of a housing area, just like your kindergarten, right? You don't see kindergarten in shops one. Got lah, very seldom lah. But I'm sure in your taman, if you live in a terrace taman, out of nowhere, in some corner lot, you will see a kindergarten there, right? Guys, it is not supposed to happen because why? A house, a house, the entrance is not designed to be big enough for people to run away in case there's a fire, right? Because according to our building law, okay, I used to study, and because I study engineering, according to our building laws, every shop depends on how many occupants, how many people is inside. You should have a required amount of opening in your shop, right? But again, like I said, having the law is one thing. Whether we enforce it, we punish people for it is another thing, right? So about this stuff is right. So what happened? 5 years, if I'm not mistaken, 5 years back, lah. Okay, it was 5 years back. Right. So what happened was, okay, what happened was this stuff is, they did not fulfill any safety requirement, right? Because okay, you see, you know, shops you are not allowed to put grills, window grill. I'm sure your house has window grill, right? Okay, your if you live in, it's a Malaysian thing. When we have windows, we are scared that children will climb onto the window and fall down. We will install some kind of metal grills there, making your room look like a like a prison cell, right? So according to fire law, you cannot put there, especially if you're a shop, because it is a route for escape, right? You cannot just put grills everywhere. Okay, shops, certain places you cannot put grills. But for this stuff is because it's a school full of kids, so they just install grill everywhere. So nobody say a word. So business is as usual, it goes on. Right? And one night, okay, what happened was a few teenagers, okay, a few teenagers, they think it's very funny to pull a prank on this stuff is. So what they did, they used padlocks and they locked the back door, the back gate, the back grill, and then they locked the front grill. Okay, that means they lock the students inside and the teachers inside. And just for shits and giggle, and they think it's very funny, they started a fire. You see where this is going, right? So they started a fire, and before you know it, the thing got out of control. The fire got out of control, and the teenagers, they panicked, they ran away. So the fire got out of control, it burned the Tafis down, and they couldn't, no one escaped because they were trapped inside, right? And they didn't obey any firefighting law. There was no fire extinguisher inside, nothing inside. So I think around 30 or 40 of them, everyone died. Okay, and okay, to happen, this thing to happen is one thing, and the aftermath is another thing. Okay, so what happens now? Right, you see, when tragedy like this happen, we will look for a reason to blame, right? Okay, oh, it's whose fault? Whose fault? So you have everyone tai chiing this thing. Oh, you should blame the bomba. They approve this thing because when you open any shops, you need approval for bomba, right? So and then the bomba say, oh no, it's not our fault. It's the majlis fault, the local council's fault because they approved the license. Then this thing started merry-go-rounding. Right? Merry-go-round. Oh, you blame me, he blames her, she blames this blames this. Then it goes around. What's the point? If everyone is dead, okay, does it really matter? How many years was it ago? I think it was 5, 6 years ago. You search for the toughest fire lah. It was on the news, right? Right, guys. I'm sure you know the Genting landslide tragedy a few months ago. They had a campsite at the bottom of the Genting Hill, Batang Kali there, and then the thing landslide, like 30 something of them died. You heard the news? You heard the news? Same thing happened. Same thing happened, right, guys? Batang Kali is on the way to Genting, and the road of Batang Kali, okay, because I know a friend that the kampung is there. According to her, she said, the roads they already cracked for like few years. Okay, guys, a road will not crack for no reason. If a road is cracking, there must be some kind of ground movement already. You get what I'm trying to say? So this is what we learn in engineering. A road will not crack for no reason. If the crack keeps appearing, the bottom soil keeps moving. So this is a very big telltale sign. A landslide is about to happen. All right, and this owner, he opened a campsite right at the bottom of the hill. And you know how tall is the hill? The hill is 30 stories high. So when one night the thing collapsed, you imagine 30 stories high of sand rushing towards you, you will freaking shit your pants. So that's what happened, right? There, the same thing happened. Start blaming. Everyone was pointing to the owner. Why you open a campsite there? And then the owner say, the council approved one wall, right? So why will council approve this thing? Because when he apply this license, he go to the council, he say, I want to apply a license. Okay, so the council ask him for what? Oh, we want to open a campsite. And then the council say, oh, according to my business list, there's no campsite business here, right? Because when you want to open a shop, you have to describe your business. Okay, what do you sell? Are you selling a service, right? Are you a courier, a delivery service? Are you a garage? Okay, a workshop, something. You have to list down the nature of your business. So they say, oh, my business is campsite, tapak perkemahan. And then according to this council, there's no tapak perkemahan here. So the officer told him, then no need license lah, you just open lah. So who to blame? Who to blame? Do you blame the owner for stupid enough to camp there? Or do you blame the council for allowing him to open there? So whose fault is it? But does it matter? They are dead. 30 something people died. Right? And it's at the peak of the holiday, right? There were 30 something students and a few teachers, because the teachers brought the students there for holiday. Everyone died. Okay? And it's during rainy season. So guys, just for cautious, during rainy season, please do not go anywhere near hills or anywhere near the sea. Right? I know I'm being paranoid, but you can't be too safe. Okay? So anyway, so you go to your school and check, see whether it's expired. If you see that, wow, 1 year expired, then you pray hard your school don't catch fire lor. If you catch fire, none of this will work. Then what do? You pray lor. Whatever God you pray to, you pray lor. See, see, will you survive? Pray to Guan Yin Ma or Jesus or Allah or whatever God you believe in. So you go and check and see, most expired already one. If your school is not expired, oh, good for you. Good for you. Like you go KLCC, confirm will expire one. Of course lah, KLCC so rich. KLCC so rich. KLCC is a very rich mall. Of course, they are not expired lah. So you know what I mean. Okay, so anyway, safety fire checklist. Check these things if you are very paranoid about fire. Install smoke detectors at your home. Guys, these are just common sense thing lah. Ensure there's an emergency plan. If there's a fire, where should you go to? Use light bulb with suitable wattage. Make sure you don't use high wattage bulb because they will catch fire. Store electric appliance, produce heat at least 1 meter away from curtains. Okay, any flammable stuff, keep it away. Avoid charging electronic equipment on the bed. Guys, do not charge your phone next to your bed. Okay, I'm guilty of this. Everyone is guilty of this, right? Actually, you shouldn't do this, but we just want that Instagram before we sleep, isn't it? guilty of it, right? I don't care, right? Check electrical wiring from time to time. Okay, check your house electrical wiring, especially when you are in a very old house. Oh, when you wake up, okay, whatever. So yeah, avoid making unauthorized extension. Okay, try not to be a smart ass, right? Unless you know what you're doing. Please don't rewire your house by your own, unless you have a death wish, right? Or unless you know what you're doing. Okay, store containers, place matches and lighters out of the reach of children. Store containers with flammable liquid away from fire. Keep one dry powder. Okay, if you're very paranoid, store a dry powder uh, extinguisher at your home. But here's the thing, you have to change it every year. Okay, but by the way, guys, this is not very expensive though. If you buy from Shopee, I think it's below $100, I think, if I'm not mistaken. You can put one in your car too. Actually, you're supposed to put one in your car. All right. Anyway, so creating a simple fire extinguisher, guys, believe it or not, this thing might come out in exam. As retarded as it sounds, yeah, this might come out. So what do? So you put vinegar and baking soda. This thing will create carbon dioxide, and as you know from up there, carbon dioxide is a fire extinguisher. Yay! Homemade fire extinguisher. But when fire, when your house has a fire, I don't think you have the mood to do this. Oh, so this is pretty useless. Okay, anyway, we have a bit time. Okay, let's go to our exercise, shall we? Let's wrap this chapter up today. We did not do any exercise last week, if you attend my class last week. So let's go to our question 1. Okay, let's go to page 6. Next week we will go to CPR. Karen, by the way, the front 3 chapters are useless chapters. So bear with me for a while. Because this chapter we learn fire extinguisher. Next week we will learn CPR and Heimlich maneuver. When your friend choked himself, what do? You can tell, yeah, exactly. And then chapter 3 is the stupidest of them all. Chapter 3 is, like I said, you measure your body temperature, body weight, heartbeat, and blood pressure. I don't make the syllabus, all right? So if you have any question, please go and ask the government, what are they doing? Right, anyway, so what is the glove for? What is the glove for? Is to protect your hands. Duh. Goodness me. Guys, your first exam will look like this. Your first exam is going to be the front 3 chapters, right? It feels retarded. It's like, at one point you are feeling, are they insulting me on my intelligence or what? Guys, I shit you not, because the exam question, they look exactly like this, right? Hey, you don't say, you don't say, I have students who fail the first exam. I, I, I don't know what to say, right? I don't know what to say. Maybe she's not interested in CPR. I don't know. I'm guessing. Right. So what is your eye wash for? Is to wash your eyes. Okay. Wow. The more you know. Right. Biological safety cabinet. Okay. What is this? This thing is your laminar flow cabinet. That's another name for it. This is to grow your bacteria there. No logical sense maybe. It's like I have students. Last time I have a student. She will always score A in maths, but she will always score C in maths. Should I scold her? The difficult ones, wow, she can do. You ask her to solve all the equations, she can do. But she can make mistake in like sets. Maths, you learn sets, right? Subset and what set. She can get the thing wrong. Like, I don't know what to say, right? Okay, I don't know. Some people's brain, they work differently. Better MS, yeah, maybe maybe I also don't know Every time I see her result, I'm very speechless one. Like you score her, or she score A in MS right? All other students they score C or D, she score A, and then maths is the reverse. So you'll be scratching your head there. Right. Anyway, so B, give 3 examples of PPE that must be worn in the lab. Goodness me, right? You should wear your lab coat, goggles. What else? Safety shoe, glove. Okay, there's a list there. Okay, pick your own. So any of you guys here need BM? If you don't need BM, then I'm not writing lah. If you need BM, let me know. I can write this for you. Okay, so see, when you enter the lab, do you always have to wear a face mask? Oh my god, what kind of question is this? Of course, no. Okay, so we only wear face mask when handling chemicals. Oh, you can translate yourself. Good. This is Baju Makmal. I mean, this chapter is very easy lah. So if you don't need to translate, it's okay. But chapter 5, when we go to chapter 5, that's where the real science starts. I might need to translate already because that chapter is difficult. Oh, that chapter is interesting, right? So I will try my best to go to chapter 5 as soon as I can. But actually, there's no point lah because your first exam only covers the front 3 or the front 4 chapters. Okay, so don't worry guys, your first exam, right, we will have a seminar, right? If I'm not mistaken lah, we will have a seminar before your first exam. It's free, by the way. You can just join. Okay, it's free for everyone. You can even ask your friends to join. Okay, but the time we haven't decided yet. So it's a revision for your first exam. So anyway, so D, Hari's eye was accidentally splashed with dilute hydrochloric acid. What action does Hari need to take? Of course, he need to go to the eye wash station. So he should rinse the eye with plenty of water. Okay, membilas dengan banyak air. Okay, rinse is membilas. Right, rinse with plenty of water. Goes for everything. Guys, your cleaning chemicals in your house, they will always put an instruction there. Okay, if contact with eyes, rinse with plenty of water. They will tell you. So, correct action. Amadev wears goggle when mixing acid and water. Okay, yes, correct. Because acid is dangerous. Wears slipper, wrong. Cleans with her hands, wrong. What the hell? Okay, F. Haziq received a task to carry an experiment to determine the boiling point of salt water. Explain how Haziq can ensure all the safety measures are observed. Guys, I really don't want to write this. Wear lab coat, wear goggles, wear safety shoe. I think that's all. Okay, write yourself lah. I couldn't be bothered. Okay, guys, let's skip this. Let's skip this. What is this? Primary school? Fill in the blanks. No, not coming up for exam. Okay, number three. Anything that's logical to do exactly. Right. So, Karen, you didn't attend the class last week, because we mentioned this last week. Okay, what can be thrown into the sink and what cannot be thrown into the sink? Okay, let me quickly repeat this. Things that can be thrown into the sink, not many. It's just big acid, weak, alkaline, or anything neutral. Okay, what you cannot throw into the sink, plenty. Right? Solid waste, you cannot throw solid into the sink. The strong acid, strong alkaline, organic solvent, chemical substance, toxic substance, heavy metal, organic waste. Yeah, so take your pick here. Okay, so anyway, there is one thing I want to mention here, which is number 6. Right, number 6. So during the experiment, the thermometer used by student, yeah, basically yes. Yeah, you common sense lah, Karen. You know, right? So has been falling. Fell is it? Okay, sorry. Sorry, I used to teach English, so I force of habit, right? Sorry. Fell on the floor and broke. Okay, so state 2 steps need to be taken by the student. So what should the student do? Number 1, he should make the area a restricted zone. Okay, kawasan larangan. And of course, next is to inform the teacher. Okay, this answer gives a lot of hate, but hey, It's the SOP, right? You know it's the SOP, right? So this is the SOP. So B, can the student use a vacuum cleaner to clean the mercury spill? Of course, no. Why? Because it is toxic. Mercury is toxic. So C, describe the correct way to clean up mercury spill. You should sprinkle sulfur powder on the mercury. Okay, because your sulfur powder will catch the mercury and form it into a solid. Vacuum cleaner. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. I mean, you can try. Imagine you use a Dyson to suck out your your, your mercury. That would be so funny. Right. Anyway, okay lah. I don't think you have a Dyson in your lab lah, unless you go to Alice Smith or something. Guys, you know Alice Smith? You know Alice Smith, one of the most expensive international school in Malaysia, right? Their computer lab is full set Apple, like 40 something PCs. Everything is Apple. Of course lah, you pay 50,000 per year. They don't give you Apple, you better choke slam them. So anyway, so let's look at fire extinguisher. So foam. Okay, let me write this down first. Foam is good for A, B, C. Okay, dry powder is good for A to F. Carbon dioxide is good for B, C, and E, F. Okay, hope you remember this. Guys, always write out the fire first because some answer they can repeat. Like you see, electric, I can use this too. So which one to draw? No. So we list out the fire first. Okay, so metal. Metal is D. Electric is E. Liquid is B. So now we match. So D, what is D for? Who is good for D? There's only one extinguisher here good for D, which is your dry powder. So now you see, if you draw dry powder to here, there's no answer you can draw for D already. That's why you list all the types of fire out first, and then E is good for carbon dioxide is good for it. Okay, because E, and then liquid B, this is your foam. Yeah, dry powder is good for all. Right, but we go for one that only dry powder can put off, which is like D. Okay, simple. So 4 types of fire extinguisher. Goodness me, please write it yourself. Water, air, foam, buoy, dry powder, serbuk kering, and carbon dioxide, carbon dioxide. And then the types of fire. So solid is A, liquid is B, C is gas, electric is E. Hey sir, got no E here. Oh, how? Never mind lor. We add one more here lor. This is cheating lah, but cincai lah. You get the point lah. So combustible metal, metal is D. Okay, easy peasy. So material and function of blanket fire blanket. Sorry, typo. This is your glass fiber. Okay, this is called gentian kaca. Just like optic fiber. Function is to put out small fire untuk memadamkan api kecil. Okay, to put out small fire. Like if your stove is on fire, it's considered as a small fire. Okay, so number 9, guys, I'm just speeding through this because I don't want to repeat this anymore. Guys, I will not repeat this thing all the way until your SPM for obvious reasons. Okay, so how do you use your fire extinguisher? Pass law. So you have pull P, and then you aim A. So this is 1, 2, and then you squeeze 3, and then you sweep 4. So the sequence is Q, S, R, P. Okay, same goes to B. Write this yourself, do this yourself. List the things that need to be emphasized when carrying out audit. So what are the 4 things you check? Yeah, exactly. So 4 things you check. You check the expiry date. Okay, tarik luput, the type, the number, the location. Where are they? How many are there? what's the type, and when does it expire. Okay, cool. State the above type of fire extinguisher. Wow, you think your exam is going to be this easy, right? Yeah, says it right there, exactly. Wow, you thought exam so good, man. No, right? SPM, maybe they will come out like this, but they will blank this out lah. But SPM, your question paper will have color. SPM, your question will have color, but I don't think your school has that budget, but government one they do, right? And if you have taken any government exam before, okay lah, bar the Form 3 one, the one is really lousy. If you touch SPM paper, my goodness, the quality is really good, right? And then the objective question, your paper is this big, right? Bigger than A4, and one page is only like two question, two or three question, at most three. So your paper is really thick and it's really good quality. Okay, of course lah, the taxpayer paid for it. So E, what type of fire can be extinguished by the above? So you have your A, B, C law, solid, liquid, gas. So the correct type of fire extinguisher, blue is dry powder, red is water, black is carbon dioxide, white is foam. Hiya, so easy lah, huh? Suggest what needs to be, we skip this. We skip this. Okay, let's do one more. Question 10. The type of fire, this is type B. This is alcohol, by the way. Suitable fire extinguisher, you can always use dry powder. Why did the fire occur? Because the fire is too close to the ethanol. Okay, terlalu dekat. Step that should, oh wait, there are 2 marks here, right? Then you can add one more point because ethanol is flammable. Okay, ethanol mudah terbakar. Okay, so guys, I think that's pretty much it lah. Oh, yeah, that's pretty much it. So guys, I hope you're okay with this chapter. How are you not okay with this chapter, right? So guys, next week I'll go to chapter 2. Again, that chapter I will finish in one day. And then we'll jump straight to chapter 3 the next week. Okay, yes, easy peasy. So guys, I hope you learned something new today. Not really, but I will see you the same time next week lah. Have a good week ahead, guys. I will see you soon. Okay, so take care. Have a good one. See you. Bye-bye. Bye, guys. Bye-bye.